There will be 3 cabinets in this van: the upper kitchen cabinet, and then over the foot of the bed, a cabinet for clothing, and a lower kitchen cabinet which would house my water, my sink, and my pots and pans. This is the bottoms and sides of the upper 2 cabinets. You can see the furring is up here, and then we're working on the kitchen cabinet. This is going to be the floor of the kitchen cabinet. And these are the 2 outside left, outside right walls, and the middle wall. We're just going to do a compartment for the refrigerator and a compartment for the water. And then alongside of the water jugs, I'll be putting in like a small shelf to hold things. Pre-stain, post-stain. I guess it's not the best lighting. I was just thinking, we were doing all of this videotaping in the winter before. I had like 3 coats on and a hat and gloves. I was freezing, and now here I am in a tank top and we have sunshine. Quite a difference. Let me show you what we're doing right now. We are working on the cabinets again. These aren't the best pieces of plywood. They really chipped up, but I'm putting the ugly sides to the inside. So I've drilled my 3 pocket holes, and we're gonna screw the right side and the left side and the right side onto this base, which is going to be the kitchen cabinet. So we've got it glued, and Dave put a clamp on it to hold it, and now we'll screw it together.
It always scooches over. They've got these special clamps you can buy that keep it closed.
Dave is countersinking holes on the bottom to add extra security to these. As you can see, this plywood was crappy. I can't afford to get the same amount of plywood again, so we're sticking with this. It's a kitchen cabinet. It's gonna do. We have 1 week, as I mentioned. If we ever have to swap it out, it's not that big of a deal, but it should work. So this is just the 2 sides, and then the one side the refrigerator will sit in with no doors or drawers or any fancy things. The other side is gonna have a door where we'll keep our water system. So the rest of this is going to be a bit hectic, but I'll try to show what I can. Right now I'm working on the kitchen cabinet, and I'm gonna put a strip of this wood in front of the refrigerator feet so it can't slide forward. A strip of wood is gonna go back behind the refrigerator so it can't, actually back behind this foot, so it can't slide backward any further. It needs to be 1 inch from each side. So we're going to put 1 inch in this way on this side and against this wall on this side so that it can't shift. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a bigger drill bit than I need for my wood screws, and I'm going to drill out a little like divot, and then I will use the smaller drill to pre-drill the holes right in place where I'm going to drill them. So I'm pre-drilling the wood that I'm putting these on too. But that way these will be sunk down. Okay, so I've got my little holes. The heads of these screws will fit right down inside, and I'm going to go place them inside my cabinet. Okay, you can see that these are flush. This was my second attempt. My first one I made the holes too deep and the screws came through. So we're gonna have two of these supports across the back. One will be at the upper support, this one at the bottom. I've pre-drilled the holes and I'm gonna countersink those screws as well, and we'll put some along the bottom to strengthen it. Okay, we have the back piece on. We're gonna put this piece on now. I just made those holes pre-drilled so that I can put this side on. I'm gonna do one screw to hold that side up, and then I'm gonna, this one I haven't started on yet. The refrigerator fits just fine, and I turned the door around so that it can open the right way. It was hinged on the right, and now it's hinged on the left. So here we are trying it out. Butcher block has not been oiled yet. We're just trying to get it cut right. We've got it finally set where we want it, and I've traced the sink. But what I want to do is, it's going to set, this lip with this gasket is going to set on top of the counter. So what I want to do now is subtract where I've traced in, because this will be the actual cut edge. Pencil is escaping. I don't want to screw this butcher block up because they are expensive. So I'm hoping I get this right. I'm going to take a lot of measurements, measure more than twice, and then cut. Well, the dotted line is my cut line. So I have drilled a pilot hole here, and I'm going to use my jigsaw to cut out the sinkhole. Yeah, these things happen. Okay, that hole was scarier to cut than the windows, but the sink is in. That is going to work. Ha! Okay, now the next step, I just sanded down the edges. I am going to apply this butcher block oil and finish. I chose one without a stain, and I'm just supposed to wipe it on. The directions say to put it not only on the top surface, but all of the edges and the underneath, and 2 coats. So I'm going to put on the edges and the top and let it dry, and then I'll come back out and do the bottom when that dries. And I think it said sand in between with 400 grit, so I will do that and then do that second coat tomorrow. Oh, getting close. We've got 4 days till we leave with the van, and yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Well, I'm not sure what it's gonna look like when it dries, but that is beautiful. I love that slightly darker color. For my kitchen cabinet doors, I applied stain and then varnish, and then I used spray paint and a stencil to put a design on each one. I got this stencil on Amazon. I did not draw it. I just wanted to wrap up the cabinet video. So these are in the style of rustic and hurried, but I love them anyway. We've got these pretty Celtic knot hardware. These I have just propped up because that's what we're installing right now. That's underneath the kitchen cabinet. And in these, which are over the bed, I have motion lights. Dave installed hydraulic struts in the one over the bed, and I will definitely put those in the kitchen ones as well. The rest of this will have to wait until the van tour, but we are really happy with how it turned out.